Hey everyone, I'm Rich and this is Mission 1820. Welcome back to another episode of Have You Ever Wondered? So let's get to this week's question. Have you ever wondered what heaven will actually be like? Well, let me start by saying this, that what the Bible teaches us about heaven is way different from what many people might believe it actually to be. For starters, heaven will not be a bunch of Christians just floating around with their wings or sitting on clouds playing harps, or maybe just hanging out and doing nothing for eternity. In fact, heaven will be a very active place. But since our finite imaginations have a very difficult time trying to envision what heaven will be like, let's go ahead and turn to the scriptures and look at 3 things it has to say about heaven. Number 1, all things will be made new. Revelation 21:5, God tells us this. Then he who sat on the throne said, "Behold, I make all things new." Well, this is a wonderful promise for Christians who have maybe gone through their lives with a disability or during their older years have had their bodies begin to break down more often and more easily and find it takes longer to recover from those simple tasks anymore. You know, we all like new things in life. We like new cars, new homes, clothes, or even the latest new gadget. But nothing will compare to the day when God gives us our new glorious and perfect new bodies in heaven. Number 2, suffering. We won't have that anymore. Revelation 21:4 says, "And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, no more sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away." I absolutely cannot wait for this. You know, in my personal life, I've experienced way too many tears to count. And yes, life does hurt. But the good news is that if the people we knew here were Christians, then we will see them again in heaven. Number 3, heaven will be amazingly glorious. Revelation 21:21, John tells us this. The 12 gates were 12 pearls. Each individual gate was of 1 pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold like transparent glass. So from a purely visual perspective, those Christians who love the stones and precious metals and the jewels here on earth, heaven will be a sensory overload for you. But to me, what will be most glorious about heaven is being in the presence of our Lord and worshiping him every day. Certainly seeing my family again is going to be awesome. And also being able to talk with any of the Old and New Testament saints and prophets. How cool will that be to sit down and have a chat with Moses? The most glorious thing about heaven will be what Revelation 21:3 tells us. "Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be with him and be their God." You know, as mere humans, it is impossible for us to even come close to depicting in our minds what heaven will actually be like. The Bible describes heaven to us in the most extraordinary way. But like every other Christian that has gone before us, we're just going to have to wait our turn to see for ourselves what heaven is really like. Thanks for watching.